Welcome so much, guys. Najua leo ni Friday. Thank you for joining. I think we can start. Let me just start by introducing myself. My name is Josephat. People usually call me JC. I'm a full stack developer and a machine learning engineer. I'm the founder of Galaxy Software Solutions. So if you want to know more about Galaxy Expert Software Solutions, just go to our website. That's galaxysoftwares.com. I'm also the founder of this community, Galaxy Expert Dev and Launch Community. This is where we are coming together to collaborate, learn, share, build products, launch them, and make sure they are successful in the market. Actually, this community is 2 weeks old. It is still under foundation. So thank you so much. That's my introduction. Today we are having our guest, a friend of mine, Paul Obota. Thank you for having time to share your experience with us. Maybe before introducing our guest to introduce himself, let me just introduce the topic. So today we are going to talk about how to stand out and succeed in today's tech market. Let me just go through some agendas of today. So I'm going to give a chance our guest to introduce himself. Then the topics we are going to talk about includes tech market landscape today. This is where he's going to discuss the challenges, competitiveness, and future trends in tech. The next is how to stand out in tech market. This is where he's going to share about the essential skills, personal branding, and networking. Then finally, I'm going to give you a chance to ask questions. So yeah, let me just give our guest to introduce himself. Welcome, Paul Obota.
Yeah, mic check 1 2 1 2. Am I audible to you guys?
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay. Amos Kipruto is raising the hand. Does that mean like you are audible or what? Okay, so just as Josephat has said, okay, good, Pamela. So I'm Paul Obota, and JC has said, I'm a good friend of his, and just to give a background of myself. First, thank you so much for inviting me for this session. And actually, when you approached me, I wasn't so sure whether I would be able to join, but thank God that I've been able to manage, and I'm really happy to be amongst great individuals, and people are really willing to push the tech space in the country and also push the skills within the tech space itself. I'm a founder. I'm a founder of two companies. One is FarmCheck Limited, and what FarmCheck Limited basically was doing was what Galaxy Expert was doing. What we were doing, we were offering a software solution consultancy, but with time we decided to our model never worked, and then I ended up founding another company, and that is Oblaplus Technologies, and as so I'm a founder and a CEO of Oblaplus Technologies, and I believe that I'll be able to tell you more about the company as we go by during the discussions. Also, I'm an AI and machine learning enthusiast, basically a person who really loves so much reading about artificial intelligence, the research work that has been done within the industry, and also I'm a learner in the world of software engineering, and I'm a big fan of C and C++, and also being also an AI enthusiast and AI interested individual. I'm also a big advocate for Python because it's being used a lot in terms of the AI in the machine learning industry. So I don't know whether that will cover part of my introduction. Just what you can tell me if that's enough, or should I continue? Thank you.
I think that's enough. Thank you for sharing your journey. It's inspiring to hear how you have navigated the tech industry. We hope to learn from you. So maybe without wasting much time, I think we can start. Let's dive into challenges of today's market. So, what do you see as the biggest obstacles tech professionals and entrepreneurs face in today's market?
Okay, so the one thing I'll say, I'll just have to give you another background about the company that I founded. Then I'll be able to chime into. I'll transition into the challenges that most of entrepreneurs do face. And I am a founder of two companies, just as I mentioned before. One is FarmCheck Limited, that was registered and founded in the year during Corona times, 2019. But again, when our business model, we looked at the business model, it never worked for us. And so we decided to fold it up, even though it's still online there. You can just Google FarmCheck Limited and you'll be able to find it being there. And the other company that I ended up founding after the failure of FarmCheck Limited is Oblaplus Technologies, and Oblaplus is trying to implement artificial intelligence in the agricultural space. And as an entrepreneur and also a person that is very enthusiastic about technology and how it can be um, helpful in terms of bringing up sustainable businesses, I'll say that what we're trying to do as a company is being able to apply artificial intelligence in the agri space and ensuring that our farmers, we deal specifically with the farmers in the rural areas. Right now we are based in Athi River, Kiambu County, and also in Githunguri. So we have Matimbei and Githunguri in Kiambu County where we operate, and also we are going into Athi River. So one of the challenges as an entrepreneur, because I'll talk to in terms of an entrepreneur space, because we had to shut down one company. One of them is always finding the product market fit. As a tech person, you'll always come up with a solution, take a lot of your time building that solution, take it to the market, only to find that the customers that you're building these products for, in most cases, they're just in your head. And I feel like this is always a very big challenge, because now transitioning from a product developer or a software engineer to now a business person is always a bit of tricky, because you need to understand your customers. But if you don't have those skills, apart from having the tech skills, you need also to have those customer relationship skills, so that when you transition from being a developer, you can be able to really understand the customers themselves and be able to develop a product that satisfies the customers. Because without the customers, there is no business. And without a product that satisfies the customers, also you can't be able to see whether your whatever you are giving your customers really makes sense or not. And this is a big challenge for developers and also for tech individuals. And I'll say that just transitioning into entrepreneurship and also being the manager is always a very, very big challenge, that when you hit it, then you can't be able to achieve a lot from a tech person to being an entrepreneur now. Now, for the tech individuals, I won't say so much from the development side, because now that the biggest challenge will be you now finding products that are really working for you, because as a developer yourself, you have a lot of products that you're developing, that you're working on, or rather you're working to be able to bring into the product that you think will be solving someone's problem. Sometimes you hear a person says that I'm working on a project, but how can I be able to now get real projects that are very practical? So I believe that's also another challenge that do happen within the industry or within the tech space itself. Yeah.
That's insightful. So, concerning your company, Oblaplus Technologies, now that that's the current thing you're focusing on, there are a lot of companies right now. How does Oblaplus Technologies remain competitive in this rapid changing industry?
Okay, so I'll say that what we do and what makes us different as a company is that we are able to understand our customers very, very well. And the fact that we as a company have been able to incorporate the farmers' insights has been able to make us incorporate tailor-made solutions for these farmers, because the first thing that when we got to the market that we found that was not being done was that in most cases, after the detection, because what we use is a smartphone camera, we install our solution there for the customers. Then they can be able to scan their crops, and from scanning their crops, it can be able to tell them the diseases that their crops are suffering from. Then it is able to give them a tailor-made solution within that is available in the market. So I'll say that is what makes us different, because in most cases, the competitors in the market just provide generic solutions. So in most cases, these generic solutions are just within, are inside the global data space, but they are not customized for the current market. Not for the current market, but for the local market in Kenya specifically. So let's say, for instance, when you are detecting a crop pest, then the application gives a suggestion, but this recommendation is not found, the pesticide is not found within the Kenyan market. That means that the farmer will again have to look for the agronomist and be able to be referred to be able to be translated to what that specifically recommendation is all about. But what we do is try to ensure that each and every recommendation that our solution gives can be found within the agrovet shelves. And I believe that is what makes us different. And also, each and every time we have field agents that go to the market, not to the market, but to the field, and talk to the farmers. And they can be able to get a real touch of what the farmer really needs. And at the end of the day, we can be able to provide that solution. So I'll say that creating good relationship with the farmers always make us aware ahead, looking and be able to penetrate the market compared to our competitors. Because most of farmers really don't know how to operate technology. Most of them still have phones that are not that of good quality, that can be able to sustain a good model. So at the end of the day, you have to understand how best can you be able to ensure that these farmers' little knowledge has been captured and you can be able to satisfy or be able to remove the pain that he or she is suffering from. So I'll say that is the best way that we've been able to keep or compete against our competitors.
I can actually testify on that. I've been going through your LinkedIn profile and your X and your timeline, and you're really doing a good job. It's maybe including farmers, involving farmers in your products. This is very imperative, maybe to include those stakeholders when you are producing your products. That's a good thing. So next thing is, for example, for someone who wants to join a tech industry or want to change their career, what are the emerging trends like, for example, AI? Do you think are key drivers for the future of tech?
Yes. So thank you so much for that. For what is it, for recognition that yes, I do post a lot of my work on LinkedIn. And by the way, the company itself was also we were taken by 54 Collective.vc, where we got a funding of for some expansion. And those are one of the things that they also were able to recognize our efforts as a company. So we've been able to raise, and we've been able to be given some cash so that we can be able to expand our strength. Now, coming back to your question, is that AI cannot be ignored. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. And I won't say it is the future, but it is part of the future. I've seen so many people saying that now I was looking at some tweets online, and people are saying each and every time a new developer comes into the tech space, he feels like maybe each and every time they always ask when they're out of school or when they're in school at which language should I be learning, or what is the current hottest language that people are looking into. But for me, I always say that you should pick one language that and you really feel like this is what you should be working on, then stick to it, because at the end of the day is how best can you be able to transition your skills from a PHP level to an industry of AI, whereby you'll be able to apply those skills. But with time, you have to upskill, because upskilling is what forms the trend. So the skills that you have right now, you have to say that what can I be able to do best so that I position myself in a way that the industry goes, because the industry keeps on changing. Right now we have AI. Tomorrow, if you were able to look at AI from around January, the hype was too much, and people are talking about AI from morning to evening, AI this, AI that. By then we had hallucinations, a lot of it. That is by the time ChatGPT, was it version 2 or version 3 was released, you can see the hype. So if you're a developer, sometimes this hype can be able to take away your vision or your goal, and you keep on moving with, you might leave what you're doing and you feel, oh, you're missing out on something, and then be able to follow the trend or be able to get, but each and every time these things keep on changing. Right now we have Llama 3.2b, that all these of Llama 40, I believe so. But each and every time they keep on changing, new models keeps on coming. So this is the trend. But each and every time you have to say within your skills, what can I be able to upskill? What should I be able to gain so that I remain relevant in the industry? So I'll say AI cannot be ignored, but AI is not even everything. So you as an individual, you don't need to each and every time keeping up with the hype, but you just need to believe in your skills and be able to say, how best can I be able to maneuver or add something into what I'm already doing so that I position myself within the industry itself, of the industry trends. So I don't know whether I've answered your question, but that's how I'll put it.
Yeah, that's well answered. Those insights are very are incredible valuable. I think I can move on to the next issue. That's standing out in the market. So, for example, I might be having all the practical skills required in the market, but maybe there might be a specific skill needed. So, I've been going through your work, your LinkedIn profile. Most of your work are research based. So, meaning you're conversant with the market right now. Maybe you can share which technical skills are in high demand right now and how can professionals stay relevant.
That's a tricky question, JC. Uh, I won't say that I know which skills are in high demand. I won't say so. For me, I always believe that if you're working on something as an individual, just keep yourself updated with what is going on. But as long as you have a goal that you need to achieve, then keep it to that goal, because the industry keeps on changing. That's for sure. But as long as you know you can be able to develop something, if you're a back-end developer and you know that at the end of the day, if you're given some task, you can be able to deliver, then stick to it, but just incorporate the new trends that are coming in. Incorporating is just learning a bit of what is there and be able to improve on what you already have. Because if I say that today, if I tell you today that you need to learn, you need to learn prompt engineering. What if tomorrow prompt engineering is not the big thing? Will you be changing your thoughts or your goals again as a person? So that will just be making you waste a lot of time, because too much learning again is not always good unless you are able to practice what you are learning. And with practice needs patience and be able to just add a bit of what you've already learned and what is new, so that at the end of the day, you come up when you are well sharpened and well conversant with what's going on. If you look at the AI space, each and every day they're releasing new models. Each and every day, like we had version O1 preview of O1 is it main or something of GPT, and you can notice that the hype has already died. There was a lot of saying about software development or software engineers will not be needed because we were having CASA. Then we have, there was another Denver that could be able to code without a person being there, just with prompt engineering, then we are done. But you see, each and every time we still need developers. So I'll say that there is, I won't say that there are like hot top, because the industry always, if you depend on, let's say, for instance, for these companies that are coming up that are all dealing with AI, the people that hype them up are just VCs. And venture capitalists or businessmen are just interested in the money. So if you want as a developer to keep on following these people, at the end you'll face a lot of burnout and you'll end up being confused. So for me, I'll say, whatever you have right now, work more on it and just incorporate a little bit of what is already, what is changing in the market. That is how practical you will be, and that is how you'll remain to be relevant in the market. I was looking at somebody who was saying Python is now the best thing that you can learn as an individual. But I believe C is still the king, because C is almost in every, at the back end of each and every system. Some people will disagree and say that Go is it. So some people will end up, you leave C, you go to Go. But you see, if you've learned C, then you just upskill with Go, then you are better off instead of coming and sticking to what is hyping in the market. Or if I come here and tell you that this is the hottest skill that is now required, I might end up confusing it, because as an individual, you need to have a goal. As an individual, you need to have a vision, you need to have a mission, and you just collect tools and be with around mentors that will be able to help you achieve whatever you're doing. But just ensure that within these goals, update them just a bit, tweak them with what is continuing, because you can't ignore AI, incorporate it a bit. If people are talking about CASA, use your Go skills, see how CASA can be able to help you improve on your product delivery. So I'll say the hottest skill is not in terms of what is being hyped. The hottest skill is you believing in yourself and just improving a bit or keeping abreast with whatever you are having and keeping updated. Yeah.
Actually, I agree. Industry is changing so much. Maybe concerning AI replacing software engineer. I'm one of the software engineer. So there was this time I was so afraid that AI will replace me. Then after interacting with it, is when I found that things are really different. AI is very has a lot of bugs. And that's where now I became motivated and continue learning. So next thing maybe we can talk about the soft skills. This is one of the things that most of the people are struggling with. Balancing soft skills with technical skills. So you find someone is having practical skills on something, but communicating and making sure that an untech person understands is somehow an issue. Maybe you can share how do soft skills like communication and adaptability influence career success in tech.
I'll tell you, soft skills really matter. They matter a lot. And I'll say, if you're founding a company and you are a developer, you have the technical skills. Find a co-founder who is not so technical. Or some people say that an non-technical founder. Let me tell you something. As a technical founder, there is always this idea that you feel it's good in your head. You feel that when you hit it, you develop it, you make it perfect, then that idea will be picked. You take it to the market, it will hit the market immediately, and it will be picked. You see, now, without the soft skills, without communicating it to your targeted customers, to your team members, to those non-technical staff, it will be very, very difficult for that product to get out of your laptop or computer and be able to be shipped out. Because you can only be able to ship the product if you have communication skills. Now, one of them is always communication. Number two is also soft skills in terms of leadership. You need to know how to relate with other people within, because you'll keep on refining your product as a tech founder, but you realize that when you go with it, you can't be able to tell that end user what that system is really meant for in very simple terms. There is an entrepreneurship program that I got accepted into, and what they were teaching us was how to explain your solution to a layman. That's how you need to develop it. How are you able to explain whatever you're thinking, whatever you've developed as a technical founder, to a person who really doesn't have any tech skill? In Kenya, we call them the mamambogas. How can you be able to take that solution and tell it to a mamamboga who has not gone to school, who is not so much skilled in technology, who only knows that M-Pesa is the only tech solution, fintech solution. Even if you mention the fintech itself for that mamamboga, the mamamboga doesn't know it. So I'll say the first skill is always knowing, in terms of soft skills, in knowing how to communicate your solution to your intended customers, or your intended who are they called? Your intended market. Because each and every time you'll be saying just one feature. This is something that we had at FarmCheck, and I believe that is what really messed us up in the early days of FarmCheck. We developed a system called Nitibu Plus. If you can go online, you'll find a system called Nitibu Plus. Even if you Google it right now, you'll just find it there, Nitibu Plus. It is something that we were thinking, if we develop it, this solution will be able to to help pharmacists or patients be able to just track a medicine, then it will be able to locate where the medicine is within the localities of that patient, and it will just tell that patient this is where the medication that you're looking for is in this pharmacy A and B. But when we went to the market, we were not able to communicate that solution to uh, to what to the intended customer, the pharmacists themselves, and that product ended up having no customer. It had a lot of signups, but most of them never converted. So communication will help you. Number one, communicating your solutions or your skills will be able to help you. Number one, create a network. Number two, be a leader or be able to relate with people around you. Number three, give you some connect with a lot of who are the non-technical individuals that will really be interested into buying into a vision as a person and a mission as a company or whatever you're doing. So I'll say that communication is the biggest one because it will be able to create for you all these networks around you, and each and every person within that ecosystem will be able to help you sell your product even faster.
So you have heard balancing soft skills and technical skills is very imperative. So make sure what you do practically can communicate easily to members who are non-tech. Actually, we are about to end. This is our last question. So prepare your questions. I'll be giving you a chance to ask a question. So when I give you a chance, you'll just unmute your mic and ask a question or just text. So lastly, Paul Obota. Now this community is around 2 weeks old. Could you speak about the importance of community involvement for networking and collaboration?
Yes. Um, One thing I'll give you guys, the Galaxy expert, something that I believe you're actually doing well is this community thing altogether. For us as a company, if you go to Twitter, if you look at FarmCheck, what we're doing, we did a partnership with Bounty Analytica. It is a company that trains individual on data analysis and Power BI. But it was just a partnership to communicate whatever we are doing outside there and be able to just to try and build communities around data and technology and how these two merge and integrate. I'll say it is always important as a tech individual or a future entrepreneur for you to be within a community. So you see from Galaxy Expert, you can be able to get, when you join such communities, you can be able to get what is trending. If you need help, let's say for instance, here Wanjala comes up with an idea, then from this community, you can be able to get an expert who is willing or a technical person who is really willing to be your co-founder. From communities, we create networks in terms of networks that will help us find team members, future team members, and also will also help us get business ideas that we can hold on to and we can be able to to work on. So I'll say there is a huge benefit of being in a community as compared to working on something on your own, because community will also show you that we are all here to help you out. If there is an opportunity, we can work on it together. If there is an issue that I'm facing as a founder or as a tech person, I'm trying to get into to get a job, then the community is the best place that you can be able to have and be able to share these experiences. So I'd say there's so much advantages on having communities, and I'll say it is just creating that surrounding of that I'm not alone. I'm with people that really understand what I'm doing, because if and especially being in communities that align with also your vision. So if you're not in a community that aligns with the vision, again, that is always something that is a minus on your side. If you are here and you are neither a tech founder, you are neither interested in tech, you are neither interested in whatever trends are happening in the world of AI space, then this community won't be of much helpful for you compared to a person that is here that is interested in all those that I've listed. So for me, I'll always say that community is really great, and there's so many communities that you can be able to join so that you can excel in your endeavors and be able to jumpstart or continue growing your own career. Yeah, just for that to you.
Thank you so much. Those are fantastic insights. Uh, so far, maybe I'll open a floor for questions. So if you have any question, just raise your hand. If I give you a chance, just unmute your mic. So I have a question here. What strategies can I use to build a professional network in tech industry, especially when I'm starting out? That's from Pamela.
All right, I'm reading it out. She's talking about strategy that to build a professional network in the tech industry. Number one strategy is being in a tech community like this one. So I'll say that is a go-to strategy. Uh, there are also strategies of you participate in hackathons. We have a lot of hackathons that are going on. So some of the strategies that you can really at, use so that you build your professional network in the tech industry. So join these communities, attend hackathons. There are a lot of events that you can be able to attend, and they really don't need to be those ones that you can't. There are always some that are very free. But then today I was also hearing about free spaces in LX. Such places you can just go do your thing. Then from there you can be able to see what people are doing, create a network from there. Yeah. Those are the strategies that I can give, but there are a lot of them. But those are the top three, Pamela. Yeah. I'm
Thank you.
seeing another one here. If I can read.
Yeah, yeah.
She was saying that in your two companies, you mostly interact so much with customer. You know, if you introduce something new in today's market, you must face negativity from some clients. How did you cope with this? Okay, so negativity is it's something that you need to expect. So for me, think that I'm used to it. Some people will always say, I don't know whether is it negativity. Okay, from the client side, yeah. From the client side, this is normal. Is it a negativity that is helping you or a negativity that is draining you? So as a decision maker, you need to say, will this feedback, because each and everything we put it into a feedback kind of sort basket. So is it a feedback that is helping you, or is it a feedback that doesn't really help? Because again, some customers are bluntly, they really don't care about your solution. Some of them discourage you. As long as you know the mission, you know whatever you need. Then concentrate on the customers that are really are giving you feedback that even though it is negative, but it is something that will build you. Yeah. So just as a decision maker, you need to see between these two feedbacks, uh, which one can really improve whatever I'm doing so that I go to the next level. And if it is just a feedback that just throw shades at you, ignore it completely. But always expect that these feedbacks will be there. And it's not always about you. It's never always about you. Sometimes these people just project the insecurities on you. So you have to see that if my product is fine, well and good. You'll meet another one that will appreciate it. You'll meet another one that doesn't. You go with the one that appreciates it. And again, you don't have to take everyone with you. Just take the few that you can and move on. That is the best thing I'll say about that. And that is what has helped me. Some people are just totally toxic. I just ignore them completely. If they said something that is wonderful, I pick it. Then the rest I just flash outside it. And that's it. All I always do. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul Obota. It has been a great session. Najua leo ni Friday. But at least thank you for having time to interact. You have learned a lot. That's from learning more about tech market, discussing challenges, competitiveness, standing out, learning about essential skills, networking. You have really learned a lot. I know actually this is not our first meeting with you, but the only difference is that I'm the one hosting you. So I'm hoping next time I'm going to host you physically. There's a lot we need to learn from you. Maybe if you have something you need to advertise or services you would like the audience to learn more about, maybe you can share.
Okay, so I don't have services that I'll want to uh, advertise, but I'll just say you guys keep on pushing. I just have your vision there. Failures are just normal things. So I know This is something that I picked when we were building the Tibu Plus as a platform. And we are so scared what will the customers think about us, or we don't have the necessary resources. And each and every time, we just keep on pushing. So you just keep on pushing. If you want to become a founder, I'm also a startup coach, by the way, at X Labs. It's a Canadian startup hub, but I just work virtually from my place, and I've been a coach with them. And each and every time, we are just trying to help entrepreneurs have something, what is it called? Have product, find their product market fit. It is always very challenging to find product market fit in the market, be able to just build something that people really need. But if you fail once, you build again. Those who are looking into going into the employment area, um, in the employment sector, because not everyone can be an entrepreneur, it's still good. Just find what is it called? Tech spaces or communities that will be able to link you up and update you to um, what are the skills that are being looked into. And each and every time you keep on upskilling so that you position yourself into with those, you align yourself with those trends in the employment environment. Yeah.
Oh, so you're also a coach.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm a coach. If you go to LinkedIn, you'll find I've listed it there. I'm a coach at X Larry Lab. It's something lab. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, each and every time I keep on forgetting whatever I work on. But it's a Canadian. It's a Canadian. Sorry, yeah, yeah. It's a Canadian startup lab that is trying to encourage entrepreneurs across the board. Like last time, I was managing entrepreneurs from different parts of the world, from Afghanistan, Benin, Cameroon. I was given a slot of around 10 entrepreneurs, and each and every coach is given a slot of around 10 entrepreneurs, but who are coming from different countries. So that lab, basically what we do is they come up with fresh ideas, then we try to help them come out with a viable market, a viable product after 8 months. So if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you just find I've listed all, each and everything, or each and everywhere I've been to. Yeah.
Maybe for someone who would like to communicate to you with you directly, maybe you can share your social media handles.
All right. If you go to LinkedIn, I'm Paul. Yes, Korir. Korir, do you want to ask me a question or just fat?
Career.
Yes, so I have a question concerning the marketing of this platform, or we have been trying to market it like in social media. So how will you advise us on the marketing part so that we can reach more people? Okay.
Tell you about like you see, if you go to I don't know, I'll give Korir, not Korir, but I'll give JC a link to a certain company, and you will see how each and every time they are working on a client's project, they'll always be able to post some snippets about that project. So, as a prospective client, you'll come and read something that this company has developed. Then you'll be interested into knowing more about that company. And this is something we also faced as a company with FarmCheck Limited, because by then we were handling only one project, but we never talked more about that project. Social media can be really hectic if you are just advertising the normal way of, let's say, we do this, we do this. No, people want to see what are you doing. For instance, if you are given a biometric system that you are building and you've already sourced for that project and you're working on it, take snippets of that project and be talking about it. Our client came this and this is what you're working on and blah, blah, as long as it doesn't go against the NDA. The other thing is about having partnerships. So partnerships also help you with marketing yourselves, and you can be able to do what you can be able to use the strength of your partners so that they can be able to put you out there. But I'll say projects do sell more. If you handle several projects, people will be much more interested in working with you, and even word of mouth will just work out fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are about to share your social media handles.
Yes. On X, I'm Obota underscore P. And for those who don't love, most of people say that my X is a bit technical, because there I talk purely about iron search and whatever is in the market. the new models, whatever we are doing, blah, blah, blah. So if you find it so boring, you can go to my LinkedIn where I post a lot about farming and whatever I do in the field. Paul Obota. And yeah, those are my Facebook account was hacked and I've never gone back to Facebook. I don't use TikTok. Yeah. So yeah, I am only on X and on LinkedIn. Yeah, so that's all. But if you wanna get my number, I believe JC can just you can just share my number there for your team. That's it.
Thank you. I think yeah, Dan, thank you so much for sharing your experience. We are looking forward to maybe to host you the next time. Maybe next time will be physical. So you're highly welcome.
All right.
We are done. Thank you members for attending. Najua leo ni Friday.